Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or much good depending on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos. Today is Saturday, the 5th day of October 2024. I'm bringing news update. Tension in rivers as Fubara IGP lock horns. Oh yes, now that's what's happening in River State. As the local government election scheduled to hold today, the 5th day of October 2024. The police IG says that there won't be election in Rivers. Said no election will hold in Rivers State. Oh yes. And the Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, Siminalayo Fubara, states in clear terms that the election must hold in Rivers State. Now they are locking us there. In the midst of all this, the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, Uriwa, has backed the Rivers State governor, Siminalayi Fubara, for foiling an attempt by the Nigerian police, led by the Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations, to take over the State Independent Electoral Commission. Yes. Yes, of course, the police was said to have attempted to take over the Electoral Commission at 1 a.m. on Friday. Yes, 4th October 2024. Of course, the rights group also carpeted the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Botoku, saying, the police chief has become a party in the ongoing battle for political relevance and supremacy between the Rivers State governor and his erstwhile benefactor, TÉÑSÂ0Ñ. Now, the Huriwa states, quote, we urge the IGP of police, Kayode Botoku, to decide if he wants to remove his uniform and then join the All Progressives Congress as a registered card-carrying member, rather than wear the uniform paid for by taxpayers, most of whom don't belong to any political persuasions, and then only for the IGP to dabble into the political fisticuffs. In Rivers State, on behalf of the self-acclaimed political godfather of Rivers State, Barrister TÉÑSÂ0Ñ, the police in Rivers State, controlled from the office of IGP in Abuja, must behave like professionals rather than always acting as the armed thugs of All Progressive Congress. We will view this brazen attack on the soul of democracy in Rivers State by the partisan Nigerian police as an attempted coup which must not be swept under the carpet of impunity. We will continue to warn the Nigerian police to steer off politics and operate in compliance to the constitutional provisions which created the policing institution to enforce law and order and not to be deployed for political party supremacy battles to advance the ambitions of certain individuals only because they are affiliated to the All Progressive Congress, which is the party in power at the center. The Nigerian police force has continued to give Nigerians reasons to doubt that the country even have anything like a credible or professional policing institution, because if the police of Nigeria now behaves like the armed wing of All Progressive Congress and then dabble into controversies around the Rivers local government elections, we, the people of Nigeria, will automatically assume that we don't have a complete professional police in existence. This vexatious, toxic, unconstitutional harassment of the Rivers State governor and the brazen, lawless, reckless efforts to take over democratic institutions by the police in Rivers State are only drawing us back to the days of the military dictatorship, and these illegal acts of treachery by the police are attracting global opprobrium and bad image in the community of nations for Nigeria. End of quote. And this is Huriwa. Yes, backing the governor of Rivers State, Fubara, saying that, look, the police that have become the armed wing of the All Progressive Congress, the APC. Of course, we have been saying it. Oh yes. Now, the police invaded the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission's office to steal the sensitive materials. Yes, to steal sensitive materials. They invaded that place in the early hours of Friday. To steal, to cut away sensitive materials meant for that election. Oh yes. So we have been saying all these things. Yes, the police say they are acting. The Inspector of Police has been defending himself. Of course. The Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, have said that, look, that the election will hold. Now, the police was chased away by the vigilante established by Fubara Rivers State. Yes, they marched to that Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission to chase away the police. When he got the information, that's the governor got the information that the police, they invaded the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission's office to cut away the sensitive material so that the election will not hold. Oh yes. But the Rivers State governor said the election must hold. He is working with his vigilante. He said, police, to hell with you. To hell with the police. To hell with the Nigerian police. The election must hold in Rivers State as scheduled. Other states have been conducting the elections, and Rivers State must conduct the election. That's what he said. But our interest here is the point that the police, they are the armed wing. The armed wing of the All Progressive Congress. Yes, they are not doing anything. Their own is to carry out offensive directive given to them by the lawless APC government. Oh yes, that's all. So, and in the Southeast, the BLA has caused them to sizes. That's what's happening. That's our joy. So, they are beginning to know that police, they are just lawless entity carrying out clandestine work for political profiteers. Oh yes, that is it. Political profiteers like Wike. That's the job of police. They'll take bribe and they'll go and do their clandestine job. So that is it. In the Southeast, they have been called to sizes. The BLA is up and doing. Oh yes. So that is it. Nigeria, they are not practicing democracy. There's nothing like democracy. There's nothing like rule of law. There's nothing like obeying court judgment. The police said they're obeying court judgment. That the court judgment told them, not to, venture into the election process in Rivers State. Not to interfere, not to participate or be a participant in that election. They said the court directs them not to participate at all in that election. And what are you doing in the premises of the independent, Rivers State Electoral Commission? What are you doing there then? If you're obeying the court order that said, don't participate in that election. The court order didn't ask you to stop the election, but they said, don't participate. Of course, that's what you said. But they're not obeying court orders here. They're not obeying the rule of law. They are just reckless people in the executive arm. Oh yes, doing whatever they like. Tinubu is in UK, doing what? And his foot soldier is in Abuja, causing trouble in Rivers State. So that is what is happening, the contraption. No rule of law, they are carrying out their charades. No election, all is election. That's all. That's what they are doing. In 2023, they selected, Tinubu, saying he's their president. Today, what's happening? Hardship has enveloped the contraption. He was elected, nobody elected him. The cabal selected him, and they said he's president. And you say you are practicing democracy. What kind of democracy is that? So enough of all this nonsense. There must be sanity, and that must be in a situation where we call a spade by its name. Let people go their separate ways. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's the only remedy. People must go their separate ways. This is not democracy. This is nonsense. Oh yes, this is demon de grace. It's not democracy. It's nonsensical nonsense. It's showing that the contraption is ripe for people to go their separate ways. Simple as that.